raging pandemic continues, but Russia says that it has approved a vaccine, and already President Putin's daughter has received and been inoculated by it. But the interesting thing about this is it's all taking place before widespread, wide-scale third-party trials. President Putin says the vaccine's safe.
I know it very well, as one of my daughters has been inoculated with the vaccine. I think that in this way, she participated in the experiment. After the first injection, her temperature was 38 degrees Celsius. The next day, 37 something, and that's it. After the second injection, the temperature also got a bit higher, but that's it. Then it went back down. Now she feels well.
Now, President Putin may feel confident about it and say that it was just a heightened temperature. The medical world and the medical community is far from assuaged by that. This is the state of the global vaccine race. There are 18 projects in so-called phase 1. That's where it's given to a few people. There are 11 that are in phase 2. That's given to a few hundred people. And here you're looking at tolerance rather than efficacy. But phase 3 is the biggie. And there you've got Moderna, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, CanSino, Sinopharm and Sinovac. Russia, though, claims it's reached the finishing line and says it will be the fastest vaccine in history. However, Russia has skipped phase 3 trials, which is where the drug is given to thousands of people. It's the only way to truly identify harmful side effects with statistical certainty. Elizabeth Cohen is with me in Atlanta, our senior medical correspondent. Elizabeth, good to have you with us. So this vaccine, before we discuss whether it works or not, let's just talk about the missing of stage 3 and that significance.
Oh, that's everything. Stage 3 is everything. You don't know if this vaccine works, and you don't know if it's going to kill people. You just don't know. That's why we do phase 3 trials. In the U.S., they're in 30,000 people. You want to see what happens. You know, it's interesting to me that Putin sort of, highlights, well, my daughter had it and it worked great, so it must be great. You know how much it matters that his daughter had it, Richard? This much. That's how much it matters. Who cares what it does to one person? And first of all, we don't even know if it protected her because she probably hasn't had a chance to go out and find out, right? So it doesn't matter what it does to one person, 10 people, 100 people, a couple hundred people. It doesn't matter. You have to try it out in lots of people to see if it works. And this is super important, to make sure you're not hurting anyone. I guess the Russians don't really care if they're hurting anyone, because you would never, ever in the United States put a vaccine on the market without first doing phase 3 trials. That's the only way to find out if you're going to hurt people or not.
OK, but to the extent, and I take your point, and we'll come back to it, but to the extent that the phase 3 trial sorts out, if you like, the harmful, and also because hopefully a lot of the harmful has been sorted out in 1 and 2 and weeded out. Phase 3 also tells you the efficacy on a large scale, I believe.
Richard, I don't know if you saw me shaking my head just now, but no, it hasn't been sorted out. Just trying it out in a couple of hundred people does not sort anything out. Not only that, the most important point that I can make with you, Richard, right now, is that none of this has been published. We are trusting Putin. We are just trusting him, that he says, hey, everything's great. Go ahead, take it. Roll up your sleeve. You've got to be kidding. I would not roll up my sleeves, my proverbial sleeves, for this vaccine. He's published nothing. He's just saying it's out there. Let's go. Let's take it. Why would you trust something that has not been put into writing? I think the former commissioner of the FDA here in the U.S., Scott Gottlieb, put it really well. He said, I wouldn't take it. I think that's the bottom line.
Right. Elizabeth, I've known you a while, and I've never seen you quite as riled up over something as this.
Because this isn't science. And at a time like this, when we have this virus killing people all around the world, for someone to say, look, I have a vaccine, I want everyone to take it, is really terrible. This is really a problem. We are going to vaccinate hundreds of millions of healthy people. And you can't do that unless you are sure you are not going to hurt them. Above all else, do no harm. If you have a vaccine that you're just whipping out and saying, hey guys, I say it works, take it, you could potentially be harming people. And I will tell you, Richard, one of the reasons why I'm riled up is that there is concern that this is going to happen in the United States. Doctors in the United States are concerned that Trump is going to do with this vaccine what he did with hydroxychloroquine. Trump just said, hey, hydroxychloroquine works, and he pressured the Food and Drug Administration here to give it authorization. And they did. They later took it away, but they did give it. There is concern that the same thing could happen with the vaccine before Election Day just to get him votes.